Hey dolls, welcome back to Hundy's Dollies. Debbie's back with us. Like I said, she's gonna be doing a few more videos with me while she's visiting. I didn't mention this in the other video where we talked about the elusive Midge Chase doll.
Just one more look, friends.
Just one more look. Okay. We're gonna be doing that for a while.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing that for a while. She did come down for my birthday week. This is my birthday week. It worked out. She was able to come down for it. She lives out in the fun city of San Antonio.
Yay.
Where she was born and raised.
Born and raised.
Born and raised San Antonian. And so she's my doll bestie. Mentioned that before. We're always talking about dolls. So I'm like, while you're here, we're going to do a couple of videos. We're going to talk about, we weren't planning on the Chase Midge doll because that was a shock.
That was a gift from God.
It really was. It was a miracle.
Miracle.
So I already had a couple dolls lined up that I wanted to go over with her because, she was basically an only child. She was like the baby.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of siblings, but they're all a lot older than me. So I was raised like an only child, even though I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
So, she had a lot of Barbies, a lot of the Disney dolls. I've talked about my collection of the 90s Disney dolls. And so I kind of planned out, and I've been wanting to review a lot of them anyway. So I kind of planned out a few dolls that she kind of has memories of that she had as a kid, that I wanted as a kid. I wasn't allowed to play with dolls. So, I had some, didn't have many, but whatever. We're not going there. So I went ahead and purchased Sleeping Beauty from 1991. She was from the Disney Classics collection. So in this line, they did, of course, Beauty and the Beast, because Beauty and the Beast came out that year. So they had Belle and the Beast that turned into the Prince. They had Cinderella and Prince Charming, and then they did Sleeping Beauty, or Aurora, and Prince Philip. I don't have Prince Philip yet. He'll be in a later, I don't know when I'm going to get him. I got her first. So I wanted to review Sleeping Beauty with Debbie because this is her all-time favorite Disney princess. She is obsessed.
I am. She has been my favorite princess my whole life. You don't need to know how old I am. Just know it's been a while. When I was little, I was very fortunate to have my parents recognize the significance of Disney when I was teeny tiny. Disney has been a part of my whole life. Like, I cannot remember my life without Disney. My parents would always buy me the VHS tapes.
You just aged.
I know.
I
was like, oh, I heard it. I had all the VHS tapes.
We were on the tail end of the VHS tapes. We'll just put it that way.
Don't lie to your followers. But yeah, I had all of the VHS tapes. I was fortunate enough to be taken to Disney World and Disneyland when I was little. So Disney was very much a cornerstone of who I am as a person. Like, not just like my childhood, but just like my entire personality. Much to my father's chagrin.
And mine.
But you know what? It's fine. I tell him, this is your fault, sir. And he just...
same. I was bought all the Disney movies.
Yeah.
I had a huge collection. And the same goes for me. I can't remember a time in my childhood I wasn't watching the Disney movies or the Disney Channel. Oh God, there we go. We are aging ourselves in this video. But, it's true. We are Disney children, but we also love dolls.
Yes.
And Barbie.
Yes.
She got to indulge in Barbie growing up. I just walked down the aisles and pressed my face against all the boxes, wishing I'd take them home. So, that's why we're going to be looking into, we're doing a few reviews this week because we shared a passion for Disney and Barbie, and this combines the two. So let's take a quick look at her box. She is very pretty. And now, Mattel in the 90s, they loved all the dolls' outfits to have a multiple changes. So, of course, being Sleeping Beauty, her gown will go from pink to blue. We'll show that in the video. Also, she has a feature with warm water, I believe, where you can close her eyes so she's sleeping so Prince Philip can wake her up. just like in the photo. I cannot wait to get him. And of course, you know, his outfit also has a changing feature to it.
Naturally.
And then down here, there wasn't a Maleficent doll, but it was like a weird doll costume thing. I found, even as a kid in the Disney store, I'm like, that's weird. Okay. They did that with her, Lady Tremaine, and the Fairy Godmother. I'm like, why don't y'all just give us the dolls? And then, of course, you could buy her other outfit. So she only had like one other outfit. She didn't have very many outfit changes in the movie. And then, of course, they have the... I love it when they give the little cutouts of the little side characters with the Disney dolls. And she comes with a little storybook, which is hard to see, about Sleeping Beauty. So
It's a little golden book.
It's a little... Yeah. I hope y'all remember golden books. I had so many of them growing up.
They still make them, actually. I just got the Taylor Swift ones recently.
I don't know if I have any of the recent ones. You know what? I don't have any golden books right now. Mine are different, so if you want to hold that. Oh, that's interesting. We'll go over that. That's cool. So here she is, out of the box and on her card.
Oh, it has stuff in it.
Yeah, we'll look through it. It's really cool. So here she is, out of her box and on her card. And of course, you know, Mattel back in the 90s, this book is like, careful, it's a little sticky. It's got old 30 plus year tape on it. Of course, Mattel back in the 90s, their boxes were artwork. So just can't really see the background because her box is kind of dark, but it's the background of her castle, which is very pretty, the inside of it. So while I'm taking her out of the box, Debbie.
Hunter.
So why was Aurora, like, what? Just say one of the main things why she kind of spoke to you, because you know this movie came out way before we were born. What, 1959?
1959. Yes,
so the year Barbie came out.
She is Disney's third princess.
Yes.
It's a fun little factoid for those who didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
For me, like when I was little, Aurora to me was just the prettiest. Therefore, I loved her. But growing up, she remained my favorite because to me, I very much love... There's nothing wrong with a badass female princess. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. More power to you, girl. Like, work. But I am very girly. I'm very feminine. And to me, she's just like... When I think of princess, she's what I think of. She's kind. She's graceful. She's a dreamer. She's kind to animals. She loves to sing. She's just like the epitome of femininity. And I just love her. Like, to me, she's just everything that I wanted to be when I was little. And I want to be that pretty when I grow up.
You already are, sweetie.
Oh, thank you.
You just turned out looking a little bit more like Ariel.
True.
This is very true.
But yeah, I've always loved her. She's always been my favorite, and that has been extremely consistent throughout my whole life. And it doesn't mean that I don't love the other princesses. I do. I love them all for different reasons. I've always been a huge Disney kid, like we mentioned earlier. But one thing that's been consistent is I've always loved the princesses the most.
Same.
You know, don't get me wrong, I love me some Hercules and Alice in Wonderland, but it's always going to be the princesses for me.
Yeah, same.
Both the girly ones and the badass ones. Like, it's just all about the princesses.
And I felt the same way. I've always, of course, you know, I've said it before. I did a video where I talked about meeting Jodie Benson. Little Mermaid has been my all-time favorite Disney princesses. Like Debbie, I love the other ones. It's just Ariel struck more of a chord with me than the others. You know, I think we all have that one Disney, let's say character, because not everyone is like huge in Disney princesses like us two. So everyone has that one Disney character that you're like, oh, I see a little bit of myself in them, and that's just why you love them. So Aurora is yours, Ariel's mine, and it's funny that they are 30 years apart, like pretty much to the date, because
actually, yeah.
Ariel came out in 1989, yours is 1959, and so it's kind of fun that way. They both have A names.
They do.
Aurora, Ariel.
Put that together.
So
I love that.
It's very cool. So let's get into the doll. Here she is. Now they packaged her in her pink version of her dress. This is Debbie's favorite version. I like the blue, only because she wore the blue for the most part of the movie.
She did, yeah.
And I'm all about movie accuracy and when I display my dolls. She's got long, beautiful, like golden blonde hair, which I gotta work on that. She's kind of got box hair after being in there 30 plus years. She's got a golden tiara, which is made out of like this, I don't know, cloth, bumpy material. It's very interesting looking.
Yeah, it's definitely fabric.
It's fabric, and she's got a fabric necklace in gold. And her eyes have that kind of, I can get it, they have that kind of fog over them because she does the sleeping feature. Her eye color is like a lavender color because, you know, Aurora has lavender eyes. Or violet eyes, I should say. Violet, like Elizabeth Taylor. She's got those Elizabeth Taylor eyes. And so, as I said, this is the pink version of the dress. So what happens is you just take this off right here. And this thing has not been off her for 30 plus years.
We do love a versatile queen.
So there's like the little top. It's almost like a little corset-y kind of top. It just velcros on. And then it just switches over. And it's blue.
Make it pink. Make it blue.
Make it blue. I love that part. Where they're fighting over the color of the dress.
Those silly girls.
And there we go. Now she's in her blue dress that Merriweather preferred.
I will say, I just noticed the blue layer, like the top, she has the sparkles on the top on
She
her
does.
corset, but not on the gown. Whereas the
pink
has, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can. She
Yeah.
has the sparkles on the pink, which means pink is better. I'm kidding, I like the blue. I do.
So maybe they did it too, because you know the pink top doesn't have sparkles on it.
Oh! He's right.
So the pink top doesn't have sparkles, but the pink skirt does. The blue top has sparkles, but the pink dress doesn't. So maybe they just did it to balance. And then for her sleeves, it's kind of like this shiny, metallic-y looking pearlescent white. Same thing on her, this part here. What's that part of her dress called?
The decoration.
The decoration part. And also like on her collar area. So she has that. We've seen this a lot. I've seen this a lot in like late 80s, early 90s Barbies.
Yes.
This fabric's been around a while for Barbie.
Yeah.
And so that is her blue dress, which I'm going to display her in the blue dress because, like I said, movie accuracy for me. I know if this was Debbie's, and probably little Debbie's Aurora is probably always in the pink.
I think I had her in blue frequently, so I think I would just like to swap a lot. So I would kind of just, what was my mood for the day? Pink or blue?
Pink or blue.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I covered this, but she's got a really pretty pink lip. I can't remember if Aurora's lips were pink or not in the movie. But really pretty. And she's got the 90s Barbie articulation. She's got the big bend and click knees. Her arms only go up and down and around. They don't do it really well in this dress. The top is very tight. It won't move. And I don't want to rip the fabric. And of course, movement in her head. And she's got her little bangs. They almost accomplished the Aurora swoop thing, swoosh curl.
Mm-hmm.
They almost were able to do that. But of course, that's very hard to execute in doll form.
Yeah.
And like I said, her hair needs a little of attention out of the box. Her. And she came with, and this is some of my favorite parts from the dolls from the like 80s and 90s. The hairbrush, the classic shell hairbrush. And Debbie, you'll love this one because of course it's pink. I love these brushes. I have so many of these brushes, but I'm not complaining. They came in so many different colors, which I love. So there's her little hairbrush. And actually, these work really well with doll hair. I use these more than anything when I just want to brush my doll's hair. They work really well.
They're also great for bangs.
They're great for bangs. You know, you can do your hair, kind of brush your hair with them. But they're just great little brushes. Wonderful. Love them. And then she came with the classic 90s Barbie pump in white. Just white little pumps. I guess that way they go with either color of her dress.
They match her accents on the dress.
They do. They match her accents on the dress. You want to go put those on her? And then let's take a little bit closer look at the Golden Book. So it's a little golden book, and I believe it's an exact like mini replica of the actual Golden Book you could have gotten back then.
I believe so.
So it's a full story. You can actually, it's big enough where you can actually, read it. Of course, that's still tiny writing, but you can still read it and see what it says and see the pictures. Let's face it, when we were kids, we were here for the pictures. we weren't really reading. We're just looking at the pictures, being like, oh yeah, I remember that scene from the movie. At least that's what I was doing. So I love this. I believe only Aurora and Cinderella came with these. Belle did not for some reason.
What about Snow White?
A version of Snow White did. My version of Snow White did not.
Ah.
So Snow White, Aurora, and Cinderella came with these little Golden Book versions of their books. I don't know why they didn't do it for Beauty and the Beast.
That is odd.
I don't know why. Maybe it's because the movie just came out. It's like, oh, y'all know the story. The movie's out. Go to the theaters and watch it. Give us more money. So that's the little Golden Book. And then another feature I love that Mattel did, and I kind of wish they would do again, is all these really neat little like cardboard accessories each doll would come with. So here's Merryweather. So she's just a little cardboard thing. I love these. I've gone over in video how I keep these. I have like a binder for them to keep them in good shape. I'll show you the binder later.
Okay.
And then she comes, of course, with the spinning wheel. And what I find out about this is Merryweather is finished on both sides. You can see her on both sides. But the spinning wheel's not.
Huh.
They run out of ink. Because not finished, but oh well. Here's the spinning wheel. So, you can pretend that she's, let's do it this way. She's touching the spinning wheel and going to sleep. These are fun little accessories. Like, you could do a lot of play with these. They weren't very durable, so they probably didn't last long or go through many play sessions, but they're cute. And then this is the instructions. And again, this is the same picture that was on the back of the box. There's Philip and there's Sleeping Beauty or Aurora sleeping. He's about to wake her up. And inside they go over how to use the little wand feature to make her go to sleep. I believe it's warm water. And then cold water to wake her up. That'll wake anybody up. Throw some cold water on the face. And also it goes over how to change out her outfit, which pretty simple to do. Now another little fun fact, and I'm going to tell you this and I forgot. So this picture right here, you can buy the actual, I can't remember the name of it on eBay. It's not very expensive. It's about $30. It's like what they handed out at Toy Fair or something back in the day. It was like a promo black and white photo of the dolls. And it's actually this picture. But it's like in a really cool promo photo look, and it's got like a description, a more detailed description of the doll than what they come with.
Oh.
And it's not very expensive for this doll. There are ones for other popular dolls way more expensive, but I thought that was neat. I might get it eventually because it's cool. A cool piece of like Disney and Mattel history.
Yeah.
But it is this photo. It's just a little bit bigger, a glossier looking photo, and it has that really cool detailed description, which you can't read very well on eBay. But I might get it one day. So keep an eye out for that. I couldn't find many of them pertaining to Disney dolls. I could only find this one. But they do have that out there. But this is a really cool photo. Again, I like to keep these little pamphlets because I'm that crazy person. So because we don't get this anymore. These really cool detailed little instructions. And this is just a piece of the doll's history. So this is Sleeping Beauty Aurora from 1991. And I'm very glad to have her in my collection. Eventually I do want to get Philip. And so that'll be a different review. Unfortunately, by the time I get him, you probably won't be here.
No, I probably won't.
So I'll have to review him by myself. But eventually I get him. And so expect more, probably a couple more Disney videos.
Yeah, hopefully.
While Debbie's here if we have the time, because we got a lot of the things we're trying to do while she's here. We don't see each other very often.
Yeah.
So we have a lot to do. But if you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments if you have this doll, ever had her, who's your favorite Disney princess or character.
Please tell us. I really want to know.
We would love to see that, have that conversation down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. You can also go follow me on Instagram at Hunty's Dollies and
Miss Bunny Sakura.
on Instagram as well. Debbie, her Instagram is about a lot of things, a lot of your interests. Mine's only pertaining to my dolls.
Yeah, at the moment it's mostly just like personal, but I love to make new besties.
Exactly.
So, do you want to be my bestie?
And Debbie
My
posts
bestie.
really cool, she reads a lot.
I do.
Audiobooks, regular books, she reads a lot.
Yeah.
So she'll post, the books she's read for the month and all that, kind of give her a little review on them.
Yeah.
So if you want her into her books, that's what she does.
I love talking about books. Please come talk books with me.
She'll talk books with you. So stay tuned for a few more videos in this line, and we'll see you in the next one. Later, dolls. Bye.